So, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be talking about the 5 main reasons why I dropped out of high school at the age of 16 and what school does not teach us. And bear in mind, this is not me wanting to convince you to drop out of high school, college or whatever. This is just me telling you my experience, what I've noticed and what my intentions behind dropping out of school were. And this really focuses on making you aware of the things that school doesn't teach you or is even making you worse at. And of course, I can only speak about the German school system, but I do believe that those points are also relevant in other places in the world. Anyway, let's start into it. Number 1 is money. And I don't know how many of you have ever thought about this, but I hear this all the time from adults in Germany. School does not teach you anything about money and how to bookkeep. It does not teach you how to manage your finances and manage your money. Some of you might roll their eyes right now and be thinking like, Noah, I'm only 16, 17 plus. Like, why would I care about managing money and cash flow and all this stuff? But hear me out. Statistically, in the US, 34% of adults aged 18 to 29 have debt. And since 2020, the total amount of student loan debt has increased by 5.87%. But why not, right? Like, we have never been taught anything about money, so why wouldn't we just borrow money from the bank to afford education, buy that first car, buy some cool stuff, and all that bullshit? Like, trust me, it happens way faster than you think to spend more money than you actually have. Also, referring back to the topic of bookkeeping, tax and all that stuff is actually a really strict topic in Germany. They are stressing about you having to pay tax 24/7. Okay, well then fucking teach us teenagers how to do it. Like, where's the logic behind telling us we have to pay tax one day, but not even showing us what we have to do? So first of all, no matter how young you are, especially if you're also starting in that whole entrepreneurial space, learn about finances, bookkeeping, and how to manage your money, invest properly, and how to pay your tax. Even if you don't have a business or planning to start one in the future, it will still help you a lot. So number 1, money. Number 2 is cooperating with others. In school, this perception of cooperating with others being strictly forbidden is the biggest bullshit you can teach a teenager. Like, the current situation looks like this. For 12 or 13 years, students have been trained to obey and always act according to rules. They have always been taught that cooperating is bad and you'll get punished for it. Therefore, they go out of school into real life without any plans of what to do with their life. They don't even know how they can pay the bills because money has always been a forbidden topic. Now they have to choose a job or university, whatever. You probably already see where I'm going, right? They are too afraid to ask for help, and especially later down the line, when it comes to choosing a job, wanting to have a career, they don't even think about partnering up with somebody to create something bigger than a regular job. And by the way, I have nothing against 9-to-5 jobs, and I respect 9-to-5 workers equally as much as business owners and entrepreneurs. But those young people, they're basically sentenced to not being able to start a company or whatever because that's misbehaving in their perception. You know how many people I know that have been starting a company with a business partner at the age of 18, 17, or sometimes even 16, 15, and are now crushing it. I mean, hell, in coaching I'm in, there's this one guy, I think his name is Devin. He has also started an agency with a business partner, and bear in mind, this guy is 15-ish. You know what the last thing was that I've heard about him? That he has just passed $30,000 in monthly recurring revenue at the age of 15. He's making 30 G's a month at the age of 15. Like, what the hell? And they're still trying to brainwash you in school, trying to tell you that you should do everything on your own. It is crazy. I mean, Devin is probably making more than all of his teachers, and they're still trying to destroy his mindset. It's ridiculous. So number 2, they do not teach you how to network with like-minded people, start corporations, and really work on a big project hand in hand. Alright, number 3 is critical thinking. In school, critical thinking isn't just underdeveloped, it's often discouraged. Here's what I mean. So we're taught to memorize information, regurgitate it on a test, and forget it after, but true critical thinking involves questioning ideas, forming your own opinions, and challenging the status quo. Like, that's how real world problem solving happens. Schools train us to accept things at face value, to follow instructions without questioning, and this discourages independent thinking. Think about it. If everyone thinks the same way and follows the same rules, like, how can we ever create original solutions or improve on old ones? The majority of successful entrepreneurs are people who think differently, who don't just accept things as they are. But in school, we're rarely encouraged to think, is this right? Is this efficient? We're taught that questioning authority means we're being difficult and disruptive. The world needs thinkers that aren't afraid to look for solutions outside the box. If we're constantly discouraged from questioning things, we won't ever learn to be independent thinkers. So number 4 is adaptability and handling failure. School punishes failure, which is a huge problem because failure is one of the most powerful ways to learn. In the real world, if you start a business and it doesn't work, you adapt, learn from the experience and try again. But in school, one bad grade can label you as a failure and affects your overall record. This trains us to be afraid of failing rather than seeing it as a part of growth. And adaptability is essential in any career. And things change rapidly in today's world, especially with technology. But schools rarely teach us how to pivot when something doesn't go as planned. Instead, they focus on following the curriculum, which just isn't how life works. Life requires us to be flexible, learn from our mistakes, and change course when necessary. And last but not least, number 5, which is emotional intelligence, aka EQ. We hear a lot about IQ in school, but almost nothing about our EQ, which is our ability to understand and manage our emotions and those of others. Emotional intelligence is crucial in handling relationships, managing stress, and making decisions. But in school, we're not encouraged to talk or learn about how to handle emotions or develop self-awareness. We spend our times learning facts and figures, but when it comes to managing emotions like stress, fear, motivation, focus and discipline, we're left to figure that out on our own. And quite frankly, the majority of students obviously are not able to figure it out on their own and therefore fall into a deep fucking dark hole that school and our system will only make deeper and deeper. And me as someone building businesses, I see how important it is to be able to understand, motivate, influence, and relate to people. Imagine how much better prepared we would be if we were taught the importance and practical process of empathy, listening to others, self-regulation, communication, and stress tolerance from a young age. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are 5 things school does not teach you. And bear in mind, as I said in the beginning, this is just my personal opinion and observation. My intention is definitely not to make you feel bad about going to school and learning all this stuff, because for some people, it's just part of their life. It is part of their daily structure. The intention behind this video is solely to show you the areas in life that you must explore on your own, because no one will teach you how to do it, or at least school won't. And on that note, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.